Fox News has long been synonymous with electrifying presenters, blistering live showdowns, and a torrent of backstage upheavals that frequently erupt into scorching professional vendettas or even courtroom showdowns involving the channel's most prominent luminaries. Certain rifts have ballooned into claims of physical aggression, while others root in profound philosophical chasms. Spanning inaugural spats to enduring hostilities, below unfolds the roster of Fox News broadcasters who purportedly harbor unbridled disdain for one another. Greg Gutfeld clashing with Brian Kilmeade. If you've ever flicked on Fox News, you've undoubtedly caught the zesty yet barbed volleys between Greg Gutfeld and Brian Kilmeade. Gutfeld's razor-edged mockery collides headlong with Kilmeade's unflinching straightforwardness, fueling endless speculation about their seething mutual antipathy. Greg Gutfeld carved his niche via the nocturnal Gutfeld and his stint helming Red Eye, forging a brand around mordant satire and cheeky irreverence. His lightning-fast barbs and penchant for needling peers define his on-air persona, though it occasionally veers into overkill territory. Brian Kilmeade, meanwhile, anchors Fox and Friends alongside One Nation with Brian Kilmeade, dispensing bulletins with unadorned sincerity and magnetic allure. This stylistic chasm lays the groundwork for their televised tussles. One jaw-dropping episode of their repartee exploded during a Gutfeld panel where contributors unleashed a barrage roasting Kilmeade, from whimsical pokes to lacerating zingers that veered shockingly personal. Their stylistic rift invariably ignites public friction. Gutfeld habitually interrupts Kilmeade's monologues with sardonic asides, brewing palpable strain. Kilmeade, face flushing with exasperation, once snapped, "Could you possibly let me complete a single thought?" Gutfeld fired back with a sly grin, merely injecting some zest into your monotonous monologue. The exchange crackled with onstage frostiness. Another skirmish ignited when Kilmeade ribbed Gutfeld about fixation, declaring, "Greg, not this again. Kudos on the tome, yet my team tallied 9 direct nods to yours truly. What's eating you? Why the fixation?" Gutfeld retorted, "You ought to fret when folks lose interest in you. Plenty here crumble under jests, but you? I unleash maximum gall, and you beam unfazed. We ought to co-host someday when I'm grizzled and sluggish." Those spectators glimpse these frosty vignettes. Both insist no true enmity festers, purely theatrical flair. Off mic, camaraderie thrives. In a breezy broadcast chat, they lampooned viewer misconceptions of rivalry. Gutfeld shared how live gigs prompt fan queries on their bond, to which he quips, "We clash, he's green-eyed." Yet he clarifies its jest, urging levity. Kilmeade echoes the sentiment, perpetuating the televised tomfoolery. Unlike this duo's faux feud, our subsequent pair's animosity detonated into litigation. Britt McHenry versus co-anchor Tyrus. In broadcast journalism, off-camera tempests should simmer unseen. Yet ex-Fox News pundit Britt McHenry and her panel partner Tyrus, real name George Murdoch, thrust their saga into the global glare. December 2019 saw McHenry sue Fox News and Tyrus, alleging rampant sexual harassment. She detailed co-steering Fox Nation's un-PC in 2018 to 2019, during which Tyrus bombarded her with lewd texts and images. Post-rebuff, she endured a venomous workplace, quoting Tyrus's threat, "Every sour vibe from you earns an explicit snapshot." Fox launched probes, deeming claims unsubstantiated. McHenry decried dismissal and reprisal, ostracized, marginalized post-complaint. July 2021 brought voluntary suit withdrawal and Fox exit, hinting settlement. Undisclosed terms, but McHenry proclaimed pride in championing herself and kin sufferers. Post-verdict, McHenry pivoted careers, Tyrus entrenched as contributor. Their fallout cements them as Fox's most irreconcilable foes. Personalities perpetually collide at Fox, and McHenry joins ranks fleeing anchor animosities. Greta Van Susteren versus Tucker Carlson. Another explosive rift propelled Greta Van Susteren from Fox in 2016. Van Susteren, famed for poised, dissecting delivery, anchored on the record for 14 years, dispassionate, sans hype. Tucker Carlson injected audacious fervor via Tucker Carlson Tonight. Audacious views, incisive critiques, controversy-stirring zeal. Their schism surfaced 2011 over Daily Caller post featuring Mike Tyson's vulgar Palin swipes. Palin ally Van Susteren blogged fury, branding it vile filth endorsing female violence. Carlson justified newsworthiness. Escalation peaked on her program. Blistering face-off, Van Susteren branding him liar and smut peddler. Carlson feigned shock at her wrath. Core discord. Her fact-centric traditionalism versus his combative opinion forge. September 2016, post-Ailes harassment ouster. Van Susteren invoked exit clause. Vanishing sans spectacle, Brit Hume slotted in. Insiders whisper Carlson strains and brass frictions spurred flight. Her egress heralded tonal shift. Carlson ascended. She MSNBC-bound, then Newsmax. Sole anchor clash for her. Next combatant tangled multitudes, prompting network exodus. Geraldo Rivera versus sundry colleagues. Geraldo Rivera's 2023 departure headlined. 2 decades at Fox, no serene bow-out, but relational implosion. Bold field reporter with outsized charisma, he integrated early 2000s, anchoring the Five at All backstage brewed tempests. July 2023 View appearance unveiled involuntary ouster. Acts from the Five, quit network. Toxic ties with every male co-host. Unnamed, but fans pegged Jesse Waters. Airwave clashes, ideological polarities. Rivera griped biased arbitration. Co-host perpetually advantaged. Tensions peaked. Hours pre-air, termination notice. He retorted, "Boot me from Top Gig? I resign." Interpersonal venom intertwined ideological fissures. Rivera's liberal outlier amid conservative sea. Firing epitomized network's conservative pivot. Yet our ensuing duo's loathing birthed transformative litigation. Gretchen Carlson versus Roger Ailes. Summer 2016 shattered media. Gretchen Carlson's suit against Fox chairman Roger Ailes, catalyzing industry quake and #MeToo Vanguard. Ex-anchor Carlson alleged Ailes propositioned her, firing vengeful post-rejection. Suit exposed lewd overtures fostering toxic milieu. Beyond personal redress, she amplified silenced kin. Ripples cascaded. 20-plus women testified. 21st Century Fox probe affirmed Ailes' improprieties. Pressure crushed. Ailes resigned July 2016, igniting workplace reckoning. September settlement. $20 million payout. Apology. NDA muffling details. Carlson's crusade sparked #MeToo, birthing Lift Our Voices against gag clauses. 2022 triumphs. Ending forced arbitration of sexual assault act. Speak Out Act. Biden signed. Court access for survivors. Yet Ailes wasn't Carlson's lone nemesis. Gretchen Carlson versus Steve Doocy. Suit encompassed Fox and Friends co-host Steve Doocy, alleging belittling, discriminatory sabotage, commercial mocks, on-air diminishment, authority erosion. Pattern epitomized 2006 to 2013 sexism. Shocking, Doocy's affable facade crumbled. Post-report to Ailes, reprisal, demotion, pay slash. Core to action, whistleblower perils. Revelations spurred Megyn Kelly's Ailes indictment. Megyn Kelly versus Roger Ailes. Amid Carlson crescendo, Kelly confronted Ailes, amplifying scandal inferno. Meteoric ascent. Correspondent to Kelly File Star, lauded probing dialogues. 2016 memoir settle for more unveiled Ailes advances. Twirl demands, demeaning spins. God help me. I complied. Timed post-Carlson filing. 20-plus echoed. Ailes' July resignation. Kelly's valor, career kamikaze, rippled #MeToo, emboldening disclosures. NBC pivot yielded short-lived Megyn Kelly today, now survivor advocate, injustice crusader. Scandal rivaled prior bombshell. Bill O'Reilly, reviled by myriad anchors. Bill O'Reilly versus his accusers. Cable's sovereign via the O'Reilly factor. O'Reilly's empire crumbled under decade-spanning harassment claims, ballooning $45 million settlements masking abuses. 2004. Producer Andrea Macris sued over salacious calls. O'Reilly countersued extortion. Out-of-court truce. Mutual drops. Innocence proclamations. 2017 New York Times exposed six-woman, $45 million Fox settlements dodging trials. Liz Wiles suit. Coerced liaison. $32 million confidential pact. Exposures ignited advertiser exodus. Post-Ailes pressure wave. O'Reilly ousted. Denials persist. Settlements shielded family from strife, not guilt admission. Remains pariah among peers. These Fox News titans loathe one another. Assault claims, creed clashes. Whose side? Spill in comments. Thanks for tuning. Catch next dive.